All right, so thank you everyone again for joining us today. This is our command overview class. So we are very briefly going to go over the command system today. We do have more specific detailed videos on our YouTube channel, KWRI Marketing. And we do have a chat as well. So if you have any questions while we are going over this today, you can put the questions in the chat, and I'll do my best to circle back at the end of class to answer those for you. You can also email us at support@scottleroymarketing.com with anything that we may not get to today. All right, so to get started, we are going to log into command or agent.kw.com. And it should bring you to this page. And you're going to put in your username and your password. So your username is not case sensitive, however, your password is. So if you want to make sure that that is correct, you can go ahead and click on this eyeball to the right-hand side, and it will show you what your password is. Spaces do make a difference, so just make sure that there's no space either before or after your password, because that could cause an issue logging in. So when you are ready to log in, you can click sign in, and it is going to bring you to the dashboard or homepage. Oh, can everyone see my page? The command screen? Someone's mentioning, okay. Okay, good. I just want to make sure. It looks like someone is having an issue logging in. Okay, so this is our homepage. So this may look a little different, and it is because it is customizable. So if we go over to the right-hand side, you're going to see a customize button. If you go and click on that, it's going to tell you all of the widgets that you can have on your command homepage. So if there's something that you do not want added, you can just click on the box on the left-hand side and that will remove it. You can just re-click it to add that check mark and it will add it to your page. Over on the right-hand side, you have the ability to drag and drop and change the widgets based on your preference. Once you're satisfied with that, you can click apply and it's going to update your database. All right, so taking a look at everything that's on here. So we have tasks. So these are where you can find all of your tasks that are due. You can also now create tasks right from your homepage. Over on the right-hand side, you have your leads. So these are your leads that are coming in from your various lead places. So you can either have it from your website, from your app, from specific landing pages, different websites, anything like that, they will come in here. Next, we have our goals. So this is just going to give you a brief overview of your goal breakdown and show you if you're on track. Next, we have a notepad. So if you need to write down any notes, you can do so here. Next, we have our profit share. So you're able to look at your profit share right from your homepage. Then we have design updates. So you can see everything that is new in the design center. At the bottom, we have our database health. This is going to tell you how your database is doing in comparison to other agents in your market center. And the last thing that we have is product updates. So if you're interested in anything new that is coming up from KWRI, you'll be able to see that under product updates. All right, so scrolling up to the top. If we go over to the left-hand side, you are going to see a red KW square. If we click on that, that is going to make these icons expand so that you can see what they are. We're going to go through all of these today. So we have our home page, that's what we're on now. Our contacts, which is where our database is. Tasks, which is where your follow-up or reminders are. your smart plans, which is where your drip campaigns are, your referral platform, opportunities, which is where your transactions are, campaigns, where you are able to do your social media advertising, your direct mailers, and your email campaigns, reports, which is where your reports and your goal setting is, designs, which is where you can create or find pre-made graphics for your marketing, listings, which is where we connect your KWLS to your command so that it pulls in your MLS data, and then your consumer, which is the settings for your consumer app and website. So going back up to the top, you're going to see right now that we are in our command tab. Next, we'll have our connect tab. So if you click on this, it is going to take you to your connect profile. The next tab you may or may not see, and this is Command MC. This is only going to be there for Market Center staff. So if you are on staff, you should have this tab. If you are not on staff, you are not going to see that. Towards the right-hand side, you're going to see a storefront icon. This is the marketplace. This is where you can upgrade or pay for any additional services such as Twilio. Next, the bell icon is our notifications bell. So if you have a notification, it will be notated by the red dot, as well as the number next to it telling you how many notifications that you have. Next, you have your headshot and your name, and we're going to come back to this one. The next one is going to be the question mark, which is for help and information. So if you click on this, you'll have access to guided tours, KW University. You can chat with support, and you can post an idea if you have any suggestions on improvements or things that may not be working correctly. All right, so if we go back to our name here and we click on it, this is going to bring us into our settings portion. So first, you're going to see that you may have 2 accounts associated under your profile. The one that we are currently in will be at the top. So right now we are in our personal account. And then we will see under other accounts, it has our team account. So that means that this profile does have a team account as well. And you can go between accounts just by clicking on them, and it will, whichever one you're in will be at the top. Next, you have your profile, your settings, command training, and a logout button. So if we go up to our settings, we're going to go ahead and click on this. And this is going to bring us into our connections and our integrations. So you're going to see everything that you have the ability to connect to your command. So we're going to see some applications, including DocuSign and Dotloop, as well as some social media pages. And in the middle column, you'll see whether they are connected or not. And then on the right column, you'll be able to manage the connection. Scrolling down, we have some productivity apps that you can connect as well. We have some email services. So under here, you're going to see command mail. This is how your campaigns will appear. So if we go to the right-hand side and click on manage, you can change how your name is going to appear on your email campaigns. So you can do that by changing the sender name. You also have the ability to change the reply to email. So if we click on this, you'll see that it will give us a variety of different emails that you can change so that if someone responds to your email campaign, this is the email that they're going to see when they respond. All right. And then at the bottom, it has our monthly account usage. So you do get 5,000 free emails a month. If you hit that amount, it's going to redirect you to the marketplace to upgrade your subscription. So we'll keep track of that right here. All right, next we have MailChimp, and then lastly, Twilio. And if you do want to subscribe to Twilio, you can click on this subscribe button here, and it will bring you to the marketplace to pay for that subscription. All right, next we are going to go over to our Connect settings on the left-hand side. And we're going to click on Marketing Profile. So this is going to bring us to our marketing profile. This is where all of our information is going to pull from when we create campaigns, designs, any marketing materials like that. So the first thing that we want to do is make sure over on the right-hand side that we have this toggled on. And what I mean by that is that it is showing green. So if this is grayed out, what this means is that all of the information on your marketing profile is not publicly showing. So we do want to make sure that this is toggled on green so that that is showing. Scrolling down, you're going to see two areas for headshots, or I'm sorry, for photos. So the first one is going to be your headshot. The second one is going to be your team logo. So if you do not have a team logo, we do recommend filling this in with either the Market Center logo or just a standard KW logo. If you have nothing filled out here, it will show up as a broken image on your campaigns. So just make sure that you have something in there. Next, it's going to get to your details. So you'll put your details in the blanks here. And anything that is required in order to save the page will be notated with that red star. So just keep an eye out for that. Scrolling down, we do have an affiliation section. So if you do have a military affiliation, you can click on the down arrow here and choose whichever one applies. Next, we have a biography, and you will notice that this is required. So you can put your biography in here. If you do not have a biography, but you want to make sure that all the rest of the information is filled out, you can bypass it by just adding a space to the biography, and it will allow you to save without actually putting anything in there yet. Scrolling down, we have some contact information for you, followed by some brokerage information. Compliance. So any compliance pieces that you need will be found here. If you are not sure, please reach out to your Market Center staff to confirm what you need to have in here. Then we have some social media links that you can put in. And lastly, Google Analytics that will track off of your KW website. All right. So now we are going to go through each of our applets. And before we get started on that, I do want to reiterate that this is our command overview class. We do have some more classes that do a deeper dive into everything we are going to go over today. However, for today's class, we are just briefly running through it. So you can go to our YouTube page, Scott Leroy Marketing, and search any topic there that you would like more information on. All right. So again, we are going to go through all of these icons. If you are not sure what these are, you can click on the red box, KW box at the top, and that will expand these for you so you're able to see what each of the icons are. So we've already gone in our home page. So next we're going to click on contacts. And this is going to bring up your contacts database. So let me just clear this before we get started. There we go. All right. So we're going to start off towards the middle of the page here. You're going to see this dark gray header, and this is going to tell us all of the columns of information that we have for our database. So we have the name, if they've been recently active, any tags associated with the contact, their primary email, when they've been last contacted, their primary phone, when the contact was last updated, the owner of the contact. And then over on the right, you'll see that we have 3 dots here. If we click on that, it's going to give us additional options to either edit, add activity, make and share a copy of the contact, add a note, archive, view or add to smart plans, and unmark as a lead. So you have a lot of options with your contacts. If there's something on here that you did not see as a column, you do have the option to customize them. So if we go ahead and click on this, on the left-hand side, it's going to tell you all of the available columns that you can add to your database. So if we wanted to add primary address, we could do so by just clicking on the white box and it will add that check mark. And if there's something that we wanted to remove, we could do so by just clicking on the box and removing that check mark. Then on the right-hand side, you can customize the order that it's going to show up. So you'll do that by clicking, and then you can just drag and drop into whichever order you want. So if we want primary address to be near the phone, we'll do that. We'll go ahead and click apply. And then we're going to see that primary address just got added to our database. Going down to the bottom, you're going to see a light gray bar. If you click on that and drag it towards the right-hand side, you're going to see that it's going to show additional columns that may not be in the original view. So next to our customized columns, we do have 2 different view options. So right now we are in our list view. If we go to the next icon that looks like 4 boxes, when we click on that, it's going to change the view to expanding the contact so we can see more information at one time. So this is just totally based on whatever preference that you would like. Next, you're able to change the amount of contacts that you see at a time. So if you click on this hyperlink, you can change the amount of contacts. If you have a larger database, we would suggest filtering it by 500 contacts. If you have a smaller database, they may all just show up on one page. Keep in mind, though, that these different arrows are how you can move through the pages. So if we click on that next arrow, it's going to show us 26 out of 41, whereas the first page showed us the first 25. All right, moving towards the top. Here we have a search bar. So you are able to search by either first, last name, email, address, or everything. And as you start typing in your contact, it is going to bring up any contacts that fit what you've typed in. Next, you have a filters option. So you can create filters. Or I'm sorry, you can search by filters to find specific agents. Sorry, you can find specific contacts. That's what I was looking for. All right, so if we wanted to see all of our agents in our database, we could add this agent tag, click apply. And now this view is showing us all of our agents. Then we have a smart view option as well, where we could save this exact view by clicking on Create Smart View, name this Agents. So if we come into our contacts and we want to be able to go right into our Agents Smart View, we can click on this and it will bring that list up for us. So lastly, if we go up to the top right, this is where we can import bulk import contacts. So if we click on this, we are able to download the template, and then we can upload our database to be able to bulk add a spreadsheet of contacts in at one time. Next, we can click the Add Contact button, and this is where we can manually add contacts. So you'll put their information here. You can add a relationship, which will connect them to another contact in your database. And you can just go ahead and input any of the information that pertains to your contact. And then you'll go ahead and click create and it will add it to your database. So the last thing we're going to go over is our exporting options. So if you click on the three dots to the right hand side, you will see that you can export all of your contacts, or you can export in various mailing labels. All right, next we are going to go to our tasks. So this is going to be your reminders of follow-up for either contacts or any opportunity tasks that you have set up. So right now you're going to see that we are in our to-do list. So if we scroll down, we're going to see our header. It's going to tell us the task name, what contact or opportunity that it's linked to, who it was assigned to, the priority, the due date, and then towards the right, we have a checkbox that you can click and you can complete the task right from there. Or if you click on the three dots, it will give you the option to edit, reschedule, add a note, or archive the task. So looking up towards the right-hand side where my mouse is, you'll see that we have some different colors up here. And this will tag to the tasks based on the due date. So you'll see that we have past due, due today, due the next 7 days, due later, or no due date. In the top right, we have our Create New Task button. So if we go ahead and click on that, this is where we can create a new task. We can link it to either a contact or an opportunity. And then you can just put the information in for the task. Right, towards the left-hand side, we do have our search bar again, where you can search for tasks. And you can also filter to find specific tasks. So moving on from our to-do list, we have our completed list. If we click on this, it will tell you all of the tasks that you have completed. And lastly, archived, where you can see all of the tasks that you have archived. If you have accidentally archived and you want to send it back into your to-do list, you can just click on these three dots to the right-hand side and click on Unarchive. That will put it back in your to-do list, or you can click Delete to remove it from your view. Next, we're going to go to our Smart Plans. So this is our Smart Plans homepage. This is currently showing us my Smart Plans, as you can see from the top where my mouse is. So you may not see anything right here, which just means that you have not added any Smart Plans to your personal library yet. And I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second. So if we look down at our dark gray header, this is going to tell us what is going on in our Smart Plans library. So we have the name of the Smart Plan. And over to the left-hand side, you're going to see an arrow. If you click on that, it's going to drop down and tell you the information about the Smart Plan. Let's click on this one. There we go. So you'll be able to see the steps in the Smart Plan. It's going to tell you how many contacts are associated with this Smart Plan. And you can see that by the eyeball, and then it will tell you the number of contacts in it right next to it. Next, it will tell you the date that it was created, the duration of the Smart Plan, the total touches, meaning how many times the smart plan is going to communicate to the client. And then you have some action items on the right-hand side. So here, our first icon is an add contact. This is where you can add contacts to your smart plan. You can edit the smart plan from here. Clicking on this will bring you into the smart plan editor where you can change up wording, change up, the different options, anything like that. And then clicking on our three dots, we have the option to copy, publish to library, or to delete it from our personal library. So up in the top right corner, we have our create button. If you want to create a new smart plan from scratch, you can click on this button and it will open up the smart plan editor for you to start creating a smart plan. However, if you want to take a smart plan that has already been created, which is a great way to get started with smart plans, you can go ahead and click on the library button at the top left-ish. And this is going to open up the KW Public Smart Plan Library. So these are public smart plans that were created by KWRI or other agents in KW that are sharing it to the other agents. So at the top, it's going to show you your featured smart plans. So these are more popular ones that are great ways to get started. So you're going to see what the name of the smart plan is, a brief overview of what it is, how many times it's been downloaded, the rating, the steps, the duration, and the touches, who the author is, and then the view steps. If we click on that, it's going to tell us what this smart plan entails. And from here, you can add the smart plan to your library. So we can do this. We can rename it, and then you can download it. We just cannot download this because we already have, it's already in our library, but you should be able to download it. Or if you're just looking at this screen and you know you want to add this, you can just go ahead and click add smart plan right from here, and it will go and add it into your library. So scrolling down, you'll see that there are a ton of different categories of smart plans that you're able to look through. You also have a search feature. So if you wanted to search for a specific holiday, let's do what's coming up, Mother's Day. We can type in Mother's, and then we will see all of the Mother's Day smart plans that are already ready to go. You can search by either smart plan name, by author name, or by description. And then you have your filter option as well. Next, we're going to go to our referrals. So this is our referrals overview. At the top, it's going to give you your metrics. It's going to tell you your pending invites, your pending referrals, your referrals received, and your referrals sent. Down below, you're going to have your referrals network. So these are the agents that you have added to your referrals network. So they are going to show up here. So if we're looking at our first contact, you're going to see that there is a black arrow to the left of the headshot. If we click on that, it's going to give us all of the agent's information and their stats. You'll be able to soon see their referral statistics right in here. And then you can either send a referral to them right from your homepage, or you can remove the agent from your network. If you want to just go and start a new referral, you can do so by clicking on new referral up at the top. Going over to the left-hand side, we're going to move into our My Referrals tab. So this is going to tell you, you're going to be able to track and manage any referrals that you have either going out or coming in. And then you can either filter your referrals over here, and you can change your view based on any of these categories showing to the right-hand side. So next we're going to go into our map, and this is how you can find agents to add into your referral network and on your dashboard so that you do have referral information in here. So if we go ahead and click on our map, this is a way to find an agent in an area that you might be looking for a referral. So there's a few ways to go about this. So you can either use the search map feature. So if you know the specific area that you want to find a referral, you can type it in. Or you can zoom in and out with your mouse. Just keep in mind that it does lag a lot. So if you do know the general area, your best bet is probably to just type it in, just so that it doesn't slow down too much. But if we look back up at the top, so we searched Jacksonville, and right now it is showing it by production. If we wanted to click on this down arrow, we do have a few options of how to search. So you can either search by production, by market centers, by my network, or by referral patterns. So there's a few different ways that you can search. And as we change our view, you're going to see the results on the right-hand side are going to update based on what you're looking at. All right, so I'm trying to zoom in, but yeah, as you can see, it's very slow. All right. Okay, we'll stick with this. So on our results right now, there's 161 agents that are populating just based on our production tab in the view that we're currently seeing. So if we wanted to send a referral, we could do so by clicking on New Referral. Or if we wanted to add them to our referral network, we could do so by clicking on the Add Contact to the right of their name. We can also just go ahead and send a referral right from here. So if we click on that mail icon, that will also send a referral. Now, if we wanted to send a referral to multiple agents, we could do so by clicking on the broadcast referral button. Right now, you see that we are unable to, and it's because we have too many agents showing. So how we can change that is by going into the filter option to the right-hand side. And you're able to filter to the type of agent that you are looking for based on their stats, their area, anything like that. So if we wanted an agent who has closed 2 units in this area, we can apply that filter. That brought it down, but not enough. All right, there we go. Okay, so now we have 5. You'll see now we're able to broadcast our referral. So if we go and click on that, we are going to be sending a referral to these 5 agents that are showing up on our screen. And you'll just go ahead and put your referral information in, the client's information, and it will tell you that this is kept confidential until you award the referral to the agent. And then you'll just go ahead and send the broadcast. All right, so that is briefly the referral network. Next, we're going to check out our opportunities. So our opportunities section is our pipeline for our clients. So if we look up at the top right now, you're going to see that it is defaulting us to be in our team opportunities section. Next, we're going to have our personal opportunities section. So just if you are on a team, when you go into opportunities, just make sure to check that you are in the right profile. So within our team, you're going to see that it is broken down into different sections. So we have our listing opportunities, our buyers opportunities, and our leases. Scrolling down to the bottom, we have some metrics at the bottom. So that's going to show us some ratios. This is going to show us a graph of our activity. And then at the bottom is our closings for this month, where you can see all of your upcoming closings. Going back up to the top, you're going to see that each section is broken up into different stages. And then each stage will tell you how many transactions are in that stage by telling you this number that you can see right here. It's also going to show you the volume and the average time that you have a transaction in this stage. Over to the right-hand side, you're going to see some GCI metrics. So you'll be able to see your potential income and your probable income. And these figures will change as your transactions move along these stages. So it's pretty cool. It is pretty interactive. So we do have an import button here. If you click on this, you are able to import loops from .loop. And then you have a create opportunity button here. So if you want to create a new opportunity, you can click on that button. And then you will just put in the information for the opportunity. Anything that has this red star, again, is going to be required in order to save. And then once you have put all of this information in, you can go ahead and click create and it will add it to your pipeline. Going back up to our headers, we're going to go over to all opportunities. Oh man, there we go. All right, and this is just going to show you all of the opportunities that have either closed or are pending to close. And it's going to show you the name, the address, who it was assigned to, the type, the phase that it is currently under, the volume, the commission, the close date, and any tags associated with it. So this is a really great way to be able to filter, and you can see your opportunities from 2022, specific months, anything like that. All right, next we are going to our campaigns. So this is our campaigns dashboard. So looking up at the top right here, this is going to tell us what connected channels we have. So right now we have our Facebook and our mail connected, and we can tell because it is a blue color. However, our Twitter icon is grayed out, meaning that that is not connected. On the right-hand side, it's going to tell you for our paid accounts, we have our Facebook and our mail connected. And for our social posts, we have our Facebook and our Instagram connected. If you wanted to manage or add or delete any of the accounts, you can just click on the manage button here, and it's going to bring you to the integrations page to be able to manage that. So scrolling down, we have some quick posts. So if you need anything to add to your social media, you can take some of these posts. And then at the bottom are some tips and training that you can take. So in the top right corner, we're going to have our Create Campaign button. So if we click on this, we can choose from either a social ad, which is a paid ad. So this is paid and it is going to be targeted to a specific audience that we are paying directly for this advertisement. Social post, which is a free post that we can create and we can put out to our social media. Direct mail, which is physically mailing marketing information to customers, clients, anyone like that. And lastly, email, sending a campaign via email. So you'll just click on whichever one applies, and it will bring you into the editor to begin creating that campaign. And we do have a ton of classes on our YouTube channel, KWRI Marketing on YouTube, where you can type in campaigns and it will show you exactly how to go through a campaign to get that created and sent out. All right, so going back over, so right now we are in our dashboard. If we go over to our paid ads tab, this is going to show you metrics and keep you on track for what's going on with your paid ad campaigns. So at the top, you're going to see your metrics here. At the bottom, it's going to give you an overview of all of your paid ads that you have. So you'll be able to see the name. It will show you what it's connected to, a preview of it, the status, the duration, some metrics, and then the three buttons to the right, or I'm sorry, the three dots to the right, you can either edit, duplicate, or archive the campaign. So if we go over to our emails tab, these are basically all very similar and in functionality. Really, what is changing is just the type of campaign. So for our emails, it's going to show us all of our email metrics at the top. And then again, it's just going to show us all of the email campaigns that we have in our account and the status, the date that it was created, and then our metrics for the email campaigns. Going up to our direct mail tab, same thing again, we'll have our metrics. And then it will tell us all of our current direct mail campaigns that we have, a preview of it, and the status, when it was created, and then our some metrics again. So if we go up to social posts, this one is a little different. So here we are able to see live and scheduled posts that we have on our page. So right now we're viewing it as a week. However, if you go over to the right-hand side, you'll see this, it says week with a black arrow. If we change that to month, I just think this looks like easier for my head to handle it. So anyway, this is our month overview where you can see a whole calendar of what is coming up. So if we go to our last month, you're going to see as an example, so we had a Facebook post on the 17th that posted at 1 p.m. So if we go to current date, we can go ahead and create a social post by just clicking on the date. And it's going to bring you into your social post editor for you to create the post. So it's pretty simple. All right, the last thing we're going to go over is our payment section. So if we click on payments in the top right corner, this is going to tell you what you have paid for, and you can track and make adjustments to your spending metrics. Next, we're going to go to our report section. So right now we are in our reports dashboard. This is going to give us all of our metrics of our overall database. So right now this is going, or I'm sorry, scrolling down a bit, this is going to show us our database health. It's going to tell you anything that you need to work on and where your database is at. On the right-hand side, we have sources. So this is going to tell you the breakdown of where your clients in your database are coming from. And then down at the bottom, you have your database activity score. So this is just going to tell you how active you have been in communicating with the people in your database. Moving on to the next tab, we have reports. And when we click on this, it's going to give us a report of a few options actually. So you're going to see a hyperlink right here. It says opportunities report. If we click on that, you have the option to see reports from your database, your goals, or your opportunities. So the more information that you put into your database, the more information will come out onto these reports. And it will tell you everything that's going on. And up at the top, you can export this information. Moving on to our goals. This is where you can set up your goal setting. So in the top right corner, you're going to see a goal setting button. If you click on that, that will give you the ability to set up your goal setting. And once you do that, and you are going through your transactions and time is passing and you are putting things into your command, this will start to update and tell you if you're on track with your goals. So it's going to give you a profit tracker, activities breakdown, goal conversion rates, GCI breakdown. So a lot of really good information. Next, you may have a lead routing button. So this is going to be on Rainmaker's accounts. If you are a Rainmaker, you can go to lead routing and you can set up specific rules for your leads. If you are not a Rainmaker, you are not going to have this tab. Next is our emails. So this is just going to give you a breakdown of your email metrics. And lastly, we have texts and calls. And this is going to go off of the Twilio account if you have subscribed for a Twilio account. So it will pull all of that information in here. Next, we have our designs. So in our designs homepage, this is going to show you all of the designs that you have created. You have your search bar and your filter. You can search by either old to new or new to old based on the date. And then you can change the view again. So you can either have it in a list view, or you can click on the 4 boxes that will provide more of an icon view. And that's really just your preference. Then you have the option to import a design. So if you click on this, it's going to bring you to the editor the design library, I should say, where you can search for pre-made designs that you can put your own information in, or you are able to create a design from scratch or upload a design that you have already made outside of command. Next, we're going to go to our listings tab. So this is where you are going to sync your MLS listings. And how you'll do that is by going to sync my MLS right here at the bottom. When you click on that, it's going to give you the option to pull up your listing, either by searching by address or by MLS number. We would suggest searching by MLS number because it will bring up the correct one. However, we do not have one, so we are going to search by address. And when you click on next, it's going to populate any addresses that match it. So if this happened to be ours, we would go ahead and click select. We would click next. And then it would pop up asking if you are the primary listing agent or the co-listing agent. So you will choose whichever one applies. When you go ahead and click next, it is going to send an email to the email that is on file and have you confirm that that is your listing. Once you go ahead and confirm that listing, it is going to connect your MLS with your command, and your listings will start to populate in here. Once your listings are in here, you'll have the option to put all of your listing information into email campaigns, designs, other features like that within command. So you don't have to manually do all of that. And this will update as you put more listings in the MLS. So you should only have to sync it once. All right, the last thing we're going to talk about today is our consumer icon. Okay, so this is going to give us information on our website and our KW app. So if we look in the middle of the page here, this is going to tell us our website URL. This is hyperlinked, so if you click on this, it is going to redirect you to your website. Here you're able to see the pages that you have on your website. You're able to see the date that it was created, and if it is publicly viewing, which is shown by a blue eyeball. Clicking on the three dots, you have the ability to either edit or delete the page from here. If you want to create a new page for your website, you can do so by clicking on the Create New Page button. I'm going to open that up in a second. So our next tab is going to be landing pages. So if we click on that, a landing page is a standalone page that has its own specific link. So we see a lot of agents doing landing pages for open houses so that they have a specific link that they can market. So you'll see the status will show you if it is active, if it is green. If it is grayed out, such as this one where my mouse is, that means that it is not currently active. And if we go to the three dots on the right-hand side, you have the ability to either edit, change the URL, remove the custom URL, deactivate the page, or delete the page. So if you want to create a landing page, you will click the Create New Page button. So if we go ahead and click on that, this is going to give us the option now to either create a new sub page, which is just a normal site page on our site, or we can click on the landing page. So whichever one you're looking to do, you will just choose and click Create Page, and it will bring you to the website editor page. Next, we have our Guide Builder tab. So this is connected to your consumer app for clients who are registered with your app. So any client that signs up under your app URL, which I will show you where that is in a second, they will be able to see your buyer's guide and your seller's guide. And that will be branded to you. So next we have our collections. And here, if you go to the right-hand side, you can click on Create a Collection. A collection is basically like putting a list together of property criteria that works for your client. And then you are able to push the collection out to your client or your customer as long as they are on your app. And lastly, we are going to hit Site and App Settings. So if we click on this, it's going to bring us to the back end of our website. Here, we're able to change some text, some images, the registration. You can add virtual tours. Next, if we go to our URLs tab, this is going to provide you with your website URL as well as your app URL. So these are the URLs that you want to be marketing to your clients, especially your app URL. So if a client or a customer wants to have your branded app, they will need to sign up under this app URL. Next, we have featured listings. So you can add featured listings to your website. And these have to be your listings from the MLS. Next, you have a theme. So you can either choose the red theme or the dark theme. And that's just based on your preference. And lastly, we have our agent site pages. So this is just going to allow you to change the navigation on your site. So you can do so by clicking on the boxes, and you can drag and drop to change the layout. And if you click on them, let's say we click on About Me, it's going to show you the page title, the URL slug, and then the SEO description. All right, so that is all that we have today for our command overview class. Thank you all so much for joining us today, and we hope to see you next time.